right, we finished up with the front, so we're going to jump on the rear shocks. We have a 21 millimeter nut and bolt on the top and bottom, so it makes it real easy. Minimal tools. First thing we're going to do is get a breaker bar on one side. Then we will go ahead get the impact on the other, get this zipped out. I did spray some of these bolts with WD-40, so you might want to do that ahead of time, depending on what under the vehicle you're working on looks like. Now once you get that out, I actually knock over the camera right here, but all I do from this point is just pull the bolt out. It was already loose, so I just yanked it out, and then at that point, once it's yanked out, you have the bottom end loose right there. So we'll move on to the top. Again, 21 millimeter breaker bar on the back. We're going to zip this out from the front, and with it being all rusty down there, you definitely want to have some eye protection on. You won't see me, but I do have eye protection, because once you're under the vehicle, a lot of stuff is going to be dropping. Now, once you get that 21 millimeter, 21 millimeter bolt out, just pull that shock out, and that's it. You're going to slowly move that out, push it to the side. Now, with the new shock, I like to keep this band, because once I reinstall it, it makes it easy to go right back in the bolt hole. So I'm going to get this primed. You want to prime it at least 3 times. So we're going to let it expand all the way out, and then we're going to push it all the way down. And again, let it expand out 3 different times. And what I will do also is, real quick, let's take a look at the old shock versus the new shock, and you can see the difference in the rebound, how fast they go down, and also how fast they come back up. You can see the failed one's going to have no rebound. It's going to push itself straight up. And right now, because of the audio, you can't hear it, but you can hear it kind of hissing. There's air in the old one, and you can see how fast the bad one comes up. New one's going to come up nice and tight, real silent, real slow. Make sure you got good rebound on there. So again, I'm going to prime that one. We get that one set up, 3 different pumps, and then we'll put it back in. So once I pushed it in the 3rd time, I just put the band back on while I had it compressed. It's real easy. And at this point, it's going to go right in the top. I'll put that 21 millimeter bolt in there, and then you'll see after this how I let it lower itself down into that second bolt hole on the bottom. So we're just going to get this tightened up. I like to start them by finger. Just getting it started by hand, you can feel that bolt twisting, because when you're using impact, you could really damage bolts or cross thread something. So you just want to make sure those bolts are nice and buttoned up. So once we get this one torqued down, right here we'll get to the bottom. So we'll get this lined up. I'm just going to put a couple threads in and let it just hang there, so that way I can use 2 hands on the shock. Grab these snips, chop this off, and once I cut it, I'll let it slowly just work itself towards the hole. Grab the bolt, slide it through once it's lined up, and it's as easy as that. We're going to go ahead, torque this down on this end, and that'll be it. The shock's going to be on. With the rear end, you don't have to remove the tire. So at this point, torque everything down. You'll be able to lower the vehicle and get right back in business. So here I just got the breaker bar on one end. I'm going to go ahead, torque this side in, and that's it. Y'all gotta subscribe, man.